I thought I would start the evening in an entertaining fashion with why we should all take on the same name for our job. We know that's quite a regular UX brawl going on, usually on Tuesdays, where people argue that IXD versus IA is better. I've got very good reasons why we should pick one. Now, which one will it be? Because frankly, there's a plethora of names going on. I had a look at the email alerts I get from various recruiters recently, and I noticed an interesting variety of names, all relating to what we do. They look pretty good like this. I think they look even better like that. Lots of user and UX. Our favorite, the UX developer, hanging in there, quite big in the cloud. Consultant, specialist, researcher, director, creative, you name it, it's there. And I think that's a bit of a problem, really, because I think one thing we should not do is randomize job titles. It should not be a matter of, you just get to pick yours and be cooler than everyone else, even if you are cooler than everyone else. Because frankly, what it results is something really puzzling that is not recognized by the authorities. So on direct.gov, if you have the misfortune of being made redundant and you want to search a bit, well, user experience architect, which seems to be one of the most frequent ones, doesn't pop up. But what's more worrying for me is that it's also puzzling internationally. So that's Canada, and same thing, on their main job database, user experience architect doesn't exist. Which means if you're a UX in Canada, where you have to have a specific job code to get on the right tax and to get the right permits and everything, you have to file it under either web designer or web developer. Neither of them are very satisfying. So I think there's really a bit of a problem now, and we've let the mess go on too long, because we already have a problem with the elevator pitch. We all know how tricky it is to explain what we do in 3 minutes. So by having a variety of names, we're really, really not helping ourselves. We're making it difficult for people to understand who we are and what we do and why they need us. And I don't know why we can't figure it out, because other people have. Hello, I'm a doctor. Hello, I'm an ENT specialist. Yeah, I had to pick somebody really sexy for that one. But frankly, all the other jobs do it. You know, I'm a plumber. It doesn't tell me if you're doing big installations or home bathrooms. I'm an engineer. We know how many sins that covers. I'm an accountant. I'm a lawyer. So why can't we pick one name just to say what we do and who we are? It doesn't stop us from having variety underneath and specialties and just define more in detail what we do, but at least one name to open doors. Because what we're really doing is opening the door to a parade of stupid. So UX developer is one. We've got this UX prototyper. These are genuine code that I've lifted from discussions. A dev-einer, I love that one. And the last one, I need a UX developer / UX designer and everything in between to fill contract to full-time positions. This is a recruiter with work. And he doesn't care what you call yourself. He's got work to do for what you're good at. So whatever you call yourself, he has money and work for you. And I know we're privileged. We are working in a job where we have a lot of work to do. I know the juniors are struggling to come in, but the seniors have a plethora of work. But when a consultant resorts to this kind of formula to say, I don't care what you call yourself, just come and get the money, we're in serious trouble. I think we're really jeopardizing ourselves. Because it's not just a job title, there's a bit of a degree disaster. Because the degrees to lead to our professions, and I just picked those in London. We have, from UCL, the MSc in HCI with ergonomics, and we have 2 here at City, the MSc in human-centered systems and the MSc in electronic publishing. Now, believe it or not, but particularly the electronic publishing one, I've seen CVs from people with that, and they're perfectly equipped to do our job. But it's a bit of a jump from that to user experience. Okay, Kingston has figured it out, MSc in user experience design. So it would help if the academies and the universities would just align a bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Because I'll tell you who really suffers. This lovely man, Mark Prisk. He's Britain's Minister for Business. Well, not him really, but the business is behind him. Because really, we're not confined to labs and consultancies and creative agencies. We should be working for pretty much every single business in Britain. But they're not going to be helped if we continue with the insanity. Because a small business owner or medium business owner who figured out that this user experience thing would do him good and he could use somebody for a little while is going to really struggle to figure out, well, what's the job title and what's the difference between a designer and architect and do I pay them the same and what's their qualification? So we're really, really killing the future of our profession. I'm really sorry to say so. I went to France recently to speak to some people, and I learned that the name disaster is exactly the same, because not only do they have the same in French, but they've also picked the English ones. So we're exporting joyfully the mess, and that's really not something to be proud of. So what can we do? Can these foreign organizations help? I'm not so sure, to be honest, because it's not really in their interest to all align. And what I'm really saying is that, is it really so bad to pick one? I don't care which one it is. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's UX architect, UX designer, just pick one. Let's build a profession that goes into the future, that has degrees that lead into it, that has a career path, and that becomes recognized by Mr. Anybody on the street. Thank you.